All right, CNT120, Chapter 3 Lab. We're continuing the IP version 6 part. We just got done doing pings between the two laptops, so we know we have connectivity. So now let's take a look at the IP6 packets that our sniffer should have captured. Mr. Brown didn't go in and clear them out like I did with the IP4. So we're just going to go over it, look at the sniffer. Let's open this guy up, and we should see in here, here was the previous IP4 pings. Here's a whole bunch of IP6 pings. Some of these were going from Harrisburg to Philly. Some of these were going Philly to Harrisburg kind of thing. So let's look at one of these. I don't think I have any sort of particular one to look at. One of the left side most recent messages. So if I come down here towards the end, I'll grab one of these guys. I'll open that one up. And again, remember, if I click on one, I have addresses going one way. If I click on the next one, those addresses usually flip-flop. So don't panic if my numbers look the opposite of yours. So here's my Ethernet header again, destination MAC, source MAC. I have IP6 header now. As I go down through, here's the source IP, destination IP. And these are a lot larger fields because there's a lot more bits, 128 bits, to make up the address. That's why these look like a lot of empty spaces. That's all the room for all the bits in there. So the source is coming from A::A. This would be the Harrisburg laptop. And my destination A::C, that's the Philly laptop. And again, if I click the one next to it, I should see those flip-flop. I'll do that real quickly. And I see down here A::C is the source that's coming from Philly now, going back to Harrisburg A::A. Okay, so there is my source and destination IP6 addresses in my packet, in my ping packet, in the IP6 header. We're seeing those same exact addresses that we set in my header fields here. So let's capture those before we go too much further. So in my text file, I'm going to grab this label here, if you will. Let me do a copy on this guy. Let me go to my text file here. We had the pings in. This was the Harrisburg to Philly ping. Here's the Philly to Harrisburg ping. Coming down here, let's do our IPv6 header field. And I will paste that in, and we'll gather that result in a second. And then we're going to grab the destination here. I'll grab that label. I will plug that in there. And we will grab that field momentarily. All right, so now in our packet, let's grab the source IP field. So here would be the source IP address. This is the A::C. This would be the Philly laptop. I will copy that and I will paste that in here. And then here, I will grab the destination IP. In this case, it was the Harrisburg laptop. Again, if yours are flip-flop, that's A-OK. Does not matter. And we'll paste that in there. So now there is my IP6 header fields from that ping that we just did between the two laptops. All right, so let me close this out for a second. And we're going to do a double check that we have everything we need there. Yep, and this is all from the dynamic excuse me, let me back up. We set static IP addresses, layer 4. We set static IP version 4 addresses. We set dynamic IP version 4 addresses. We just got done setting static IP version 6 addresses and looking at those, doing pings there, and then looking at those header fields in our sniffer. So there is a whole bunch of getting our fingers on IP version 4 and IP version 6 addresses. When we come back in the next podcast, we'll move on the port numbers. Before I do, though, you just double check that you have. I'm scrolling back in here. Here was our static IP4 ping from the Harrisburg laptop and the Harrisburg PC, Harrisburg laptop. And then we moved to the dynamic side, Philadelphia. Here's your Philadelphia dynamic IP from the PC and then the laptop. And then the ping from the Philly PC and then the Philly laptop. And then we looked at the header fields here, the IP version 4. Moving on to 6, we had the ping from Philly laptop, Harrisburg laptop to Philly. Then we had Philly laptop to Harrisburg ping. And then we had the header fields for IP version 6 here. So this is a good time to save your text file. Make sure you save your results here. And I'm going to save my updated packet tracer file in case I need to reload and kind of pick up where I left off. Again, we'll come back in the next podcast and look at port numbers.